What's up? What's up? What's up?
The like Christmas music.
Is that on the nose or what? Are we here?
I love it. It's mystical. It's magical.
It's mystical and magical, just like you. Welcome. We are here. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all. Another Friday means another episode of Starter Bench, the world's greatest interactive live stream, where you and us, as the audience and fans of Chelsea FC, get to pick who we think needs to start on this very inflated. They called us the £1 billion bottle jobs, but we're definitely not that. But yes, this interactive stream, as always, if you want to participate in the surveys, you can scan that QR code above. You can also, if you're on the YouTube page, click the pinned link, or you can just follow the instructions here below. Go ahead to minty.com and type in those numbers, and you will be able to participate live with us. What's up, y'all? What's up, Alexis? Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
What is going on? Have you had a good little holiday season, holiday week?
It's crazy because it literally didn't even feel like Christmas was happening. And then I got a little bit sick. I'm feeling better now.
Bless up for the med.
My sister's birthday is actually on Christmas, so we celebrated that yesterday.
Oh wow! Happy birthday, sis. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Here's to you. Hopefully, she wasn't sick.
No. Somehow my siblings have avoided it, which is good.
I need whatever they're having because I'm over here on OJ liquid diet for the last week.
Shoot,
I'm on that super flu.
Right. But sometimes that getting sick, that little tone up, that'll do it. You know, that little shred, that sickness shred.
You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see the definition in the neck. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Yeah, however we can make it happen.
Right.
I thought that tie against Newcastle might have made me sick. I'm not sure.
Oh, gosh. Okay, guys.
We'll be talking a lot about that, huh?
Today, we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about the fact that Esteval and Delap are back. They were injured. They sustained some injuries. They're going to be back. And then we're also going to give a little bit of a midterm grade on the season because we're about halfway.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But before we do that, we can talk about Newcastle versus Chelsea.
Definitely. I know you have notes on this. I just want to start with I want to start with the center backs just for a second. Two things that are kind of lopsided. One, I saw something not too long ago. It was from whoscored.com. They have this AI thing where it searches rankings and ratings. And it listed the highest rated center backs in the Premier League who have played at least 10 games. And Trevor Chalobah is number 3 behind Gabby Margulies. And there was one other player. I must have sent it. I'll find it really quickly. Gabby Margulies and Marco Sensi. So apparently Trevor Chalobah is top 3 center backs in the league. Now, I take that with a grain of salt. Just obviously, specifically as a Chelsea fan, I love Trev.
Yeah.
I still think, as far as center backs for this Chelsea team goes, he needs to be a starter. But when I think about that first goal against Newcastle, or I guess first goal Newcastle scored on us in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Right.
Our one more leader center back, Wesley Fofana, was dribbling slow up the field and loses possession in the middle of the park. And then the ball gets turned over, gets wide to Anthony Gordon. He gets a cross in. Or Anthony Gordon, I think, shoots, and it's saved by Rob Sanchez. And then the ball bounces kind of like right in front, and Trev is the first one there. And it's like, I don't want to be hypercritical, but he does this weird thing where he just flings his body at the ball, completely misses the ball, and Woltemade is there and just finishes it. And
so I personally, going with the stat that was shown about Trevor Chalobah being like 3rd best, I feel like that is a byproduct of maybe being averagely consistent. I don't think that's a byproduct of any super saves, I mean, we've seen a couple
Any
of
great
last
games?
tackles, but I think that's just a byproduct of being averagely consistent.
Yeah.
So not teetering with those stats. But what I will say is I wasn't necessarily even thinking of Chalaba within that first goal. My thing was, I think Wesley Fofana coming back for us has done well, but I think there's got to be better decision making in certain areas of the pitch because that was just a little bit too lackadaisical. He didn't check his shoulder. So I just think that was just a byproduct of being too comfortable.
Yeah.
And his first save was incredible. And
Yeah.
what do you do at that point?
Right. You kind of take it at that point. I will say, and we talked about this last show, St. James Park is a different monster. And
for sure,
what I didn't really recognize, and I should have, because this is kind of a part of that beast that is playing away at St. James, is Newcastle don't F around. Like they don't, they were heavy tackling. They were, we had a lot of random injuries, or I don't know how to, kind of say it, but like Malo Gusto kind of came up lame very early in the game.
They were first to everything.
They were first to everything.
We were like fighting to survive that first.
Right.
I mean, they were just on top of everything. They were first to every ball, which similarly with Fofana losing the ball, I think that was just as a team a lack of awareness of the tempo that Newcastle was going to be setting.
Yeah. Like my first thought watching it was, this is so sloppy. And then like, as I saw the game kind of progress, it's like, no, this is what they do at home, especially in the first half. They come out hard. If you pull up lame and your team is expecting them to kick the ball out, they're not kicking the ball out. Like you need to get back on defense and go kick the ball out yourself, like that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say it's like dark arts, like Atletico Madrid, but it felt like it. It felt like, we don't care about what you're doing. We're going to beat you hard. We're going to get to the ball. We're going to just show more intensity. And then much like it always does against Newcastle, even at home for them, they kind of taper off by the second. Yeah. It's like all that energy is expended. So something to know for the future.
Only hold that like high press for so long. I think the first half, I mean, it was a nightmare, especially seeing the form that we've been in some of the games this season.
Yeah.
As fans, I mean, it was really scary to be 2-0. I thought game's gone, 100%.
Yeah.
And the second half showed great resilience. And I think something to consider, as much as getting the 3 points was very, very important in that last game and something that we needed to do, I think it's like considering where we're at in the season and playing at St. James Park, this was a good result at a bad time.
Yes.
The best way to say it.
Going to St. James Park,
getting the draw.
Getting a draw away from home. In a raucous atmosphere. Yeah.
Yes, great result, bad time to get this result because we need W's. Can't afford to drop points right now.
Yeah. We need wins. And that was the only thing. It's like after the game you do feel some kind of good feeling of that, one, resilience, two, just the individual brilliance. I mean, Reece James.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about some key players. So should we start? Let's start with positives. I really only have one player that I kind of wanted to, speak a little bit more on improvement. Let's say it like that. I want to highlight Garnacho, Reece James, Fofana, Sanchez, João Pedro, and Enzo.
Okay.
Let's start with Reece James.
Yeah.
He's our best player.
Yeah.
He's our best player. He's a true footballer. And I think that free kick got us back in the game.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's captain. Like he is just so cool and calm in the most heightened times and the most chill times. Like he's just the same guy. You see him line up for those free kicks, and even he was lined up with Cole Palmer, and it was kind of like, nah. I'm good with Reece taking this.
And his last ditch tackle on Barnes.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
And that I'm guaranteeing you, if Malo Gusto was still in the game and playing right back at that point, Barnes is scoring a goal.
Right. And even Chalaba, I don't think is getting that last little tackle in, which is
Chalaba's giving us a penalty. or giving them a
Yeah,
hint.
yeah. Which
At very least.
he almost did. Which
He did that one was, you know what, I didn't even think to talk about that, but it was kind of highly debated a little bit over the internet for the last week.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like as obviously I can't get around my Chelsea bias, but just neutrally, it was a body to body contact. It's not like Gordon went and swung for the ball and got
I
hit.
agree.
Gordon actually was preparing himself. If you look at it, he's kind of running towards, he's bracing for impact, and that was some heavy impact, boy.
What VAR takes into consideration which is why it's probably been really frustrating as fans to understand the decisions. I think they take into consideration the force and impact. So I think the only reason why it was controversy for a penalty was the force, but not. I mean, body to body, that's fine. I'm actually fine if we're not going to give penalties for that. I'm okay with that. Let's do that consistently, though.
Yeah.
Just so that we see some fluidity in the games, to be honest, because I think across all teams, it gets really frustrating when we see the same tackle and one's a yellow and one's an automatic red. Absolutely. So I just think we've got to.
And it's tough because you do have to take into context, and I think some of these do. And like if you're just watching that play without knowing the context of the game, maybe you do say that's really rough. But that game was rough. That was just a rough game through and through. The reffing, wasn't great. You know what I mean?
It wasn't great at all.
It was pretty poorly ref.
I know we have this debate back and forth, like where we want Reece James, but in all honesty, I liked the decision to rest Enzo, which I'll bring up a little bit about him.
Yeah.
But I think Reece James is really beneficial for us in the mid, but it's like if Enzo's fit, realistically, Reece is probably going to drop back.
Reece needs to play defense. I hear you. I'm with you on the, like all of these players need rest. Cucurella is going to be the next one who's going to have to come off at some point and get some rest. Moises got some, it wasn't planned, but he got some rest just from that red card, 3-game suspension.
Right.
So we are going to have to figure that out. But even so, even if Enzo needs rest, like I'm going to need Andre Santos to step. I'm going to need somebody to step up. And that's nothing against Malagusto. I do think, I just think Malagusto is where he is. Like, does he have the opportunity to get better? Yes. But he's
interesting. You feel like he's kind of like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, in this current team, we got to play our best.
Yeah.
Play our best players, our best team.
Yeah.
And Reece is our best in that right back position, and he kind of stabilizes the defense too, as we saw. Like,
yes,
yeah.
So. And okay, let's talk about Sanchez. This is interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's been top this season. Brilliant saves. Top. I mean,
most clean sheets in the league, tied with David Raya of Arsenal, which is the best defense in the league, right?
So he's got the interesting thing. So because of that last game, Sanchez is at 8 and Raya is at 9 now. So just a little bit. But we've got Chalobah and Cucurella also with 8 clean sheets. So it's interesting. We're tied from 2nd to 4th with the clean sheets. I would say Cucurella for sure has been fantastic. But then when we think about Chalobah, I think he's just been
he's been average. He's been mid. He's been straight mid. Good.
Yes, great mid. But so Sanchez, he gives this assist to João Pedro, which this is only the 4th time that a goalkeeper has created a Premier League goal for Chelsea since Peter Cech did for Drogba in 2012.
It always got to be us. Why always us? That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think, again, people are arguing that he could win our player of the season. I think there's got to be some sort of most improved, because to go from being so poor last year to not only having better ball distribution, great saves and clean sheets, but now you're providing service for us offensively.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely
it's a massive improvement. And now João Pedro, I would like to know what are we thinking? I've got some stuff, but I'd like to know.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So watching João Pedro still, even in that Newcastle game, it's the same issues. I remember specifically there was one play where he and Cole Palmer were on the same line, and it was like Cucurella had it on the wing, and it was like, one of you MFers need to go forward. Like, that was how I was feeling. And it's like,
Yeah,
Joao,
because
go
he
forward.
just naturally
He just naturally drifts back.
just a
He's
bit.
great at holding the ball up. Some of
Yes.
the times he gets that ball and he does like these crazy shifty turns. He can
Little, like,
turn
baby
us.
Yeah, there was
Turn a
one
center
that
back
was
on a dime.
absolutely
It's
fantastic.
amazing. But then
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
amount to anything because he's not in a position where he can finish.
Yeah.
Except for that play where he was one-on-one with
Brilliant.
Fabian Schär.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
turns him with his head because, again,
Brilliant.
he has the ability,
Yeah.
and then he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So to that point, all I say is I just want him to continue. He needs to continue starting it forward.
Yeah,
he needs
yeah.
to like build that base up, and I want to see more goals like that because that was amazing. That was an amazing goal.
Agreed. And I think what made I think for me, what I'm seeing again, I expect a little bit more from our striker, if that's what he was brought on to do as a striker, even though we're seeing his attributes fit more as a 10. I think what I enjoyed seeing is he's starting to grow and mature in these games. And I thought for him to flick it and have the composed finish was a big improvement versus in the Tottenham game, he's trying to dribble past that player and not finishing it on time.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that was way better decision making.
Yeah.
Now on the latter, poor decision making.
Yeah.
Alejandro Garnacho, who
Man.
I've been backing.
That's your boy.
That's my boy. And the thing is, I'm not gonna not say he's my boy. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You are creating so many chances, but you are missing all of the chances you are creating.
Yeah.
I think that this is something that shooting practice can fix. Like, your end product is quite poor. I mean, the shooting, he needs shooting practice.
Yeah. I mean, what he needs is a dinner with Reece James to like chill out. Like, I mean,
yeah, he's doing a lot, and he needs that composure on the finish.
Yeah, I love that you're fast as hell and you can sprint past people. I love that you're willing to go one-on-one against anybody. I love that you're willing to cut on your right foot. I need you to like have the composure to think one more step ahead and go, okay, maybe if I beat him off the dribble, instead of allowing this man to run me down the line and out of bounds, maybe I can cut in on my right, take a second, and maybe take a shot or find a pass. Like, he's just missing that final element.
Yeah, he's missing that final.
And it's frustrating to me, Lex, because he is, like you said, he's dynamic and he's creating chances.
But he's not clinical.
And when you see the positions and again, he's getting himself into a lot of these positions. But when you see some of the positions he's in, there was another play in that game where he had the ball one-on-one and he got a great shot off and the keeper saved it. It bounced back to him. And then there was Pedro Neto at the top of the box. And then he kind of decided to dance and then he dribbled it out of bounds. And I was just kind of like, these aren't good decisions. These aren't good decisions.
So it's like, as you were saying, it's like he is dynamic, this and that, but that extra level is being able to be clinical, which means having that composure and knowing where to finish and how to finish and the type of hit that's needed, which is something we see in Palmer, which is something we saw recently with João Pedro.
What
makes Palmer special is the fact that he is clinical. He doesn't necessarily get crazy pace on his shots. It's the placement and
it's innate. It's innate. He's operating in a faster dimension and he's seeing everything slower. And I think Garnacho is just so athletic and so speedy that he 1 out of every 10 he can do that hero ball thing where he beats people down the line, cuts in and hits a worldie. But most of the time it's a curler that goes over the bar. It's just not good enough for me. And I don't know what to do about it either, because I still think based on the players we have, he maybe, especially in the Premier League specifically, he should be starting,
So hear me out. And I also think, I was listening in a little bit more on like Garnacho's interviews and things like that. He has an understanding of like within his rules and in the modern game, like wingers are required to defend, and Maresca is really adamant about his wingers defending. So when I think about, who's starting for us, as much as we want to see Esteval, I think what also goes into this decision with Maresca is, okay, is my winger going to play some defense? Because you can only allow so many players on the pitch to get away with that. And if you're letting Palmer get away with that, if you're letting your 9 get away with that as well, you're probably going to make sure whichever wingers you're having on the pitch will defend. So I think with someone like Esteval, he's definitely got better quality shots on goal. But if he's not going to defend, I think that plays a role into who's starting for us. But at the same time, it's like, Garnacho, if you are going to miss those chances, I'd probably rather less defending on that side and someone who's got better shots on goal.
Yeah. I'd rather, yeah. Because again, if Reese is playing that right side, he's working with Esteval, and that's it works in the Champions League. Definitely in the Premier League, it can be a lot tougher because the movement's a lot faster. It's a lot more vertical. But to that point, I just want to shout out Egregious Monk popped in. Shout out everybody who's watching now. But Egregious Monk had an interesting comment. He said Garnacho lacks the footballing IQ and technique. And it's and I think more IQ than technique. I think, again, once every 10 times, the technique is almost fantastic. It's untouchable. But I've seen him do bicycle kicks. I've seen him do curlers.
Yeah. Like
it's tough. It's just kind of like he lacks the composure is really what he lacks,
Definitely lacks the composure. And then as he's saying, like the football IQ again is like clinically, where are you finishing? The technique, I do think he lacks the technique because again, with your left foot, you're hitting that shot, trying to roof it in. I mean, it hit off your foot funky. You're hitting off the top of your foot versus hitting off the ball. So I think, you're
going 100 miles an hour. Yeah,
for sure. Definitely.
Now you mentioned one other player. You mentioned Enzo, and I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Enzo, I thought that was a good decision to not start him. He's been so slow. So I think I was just looking at his comment again. He said ball striking ability. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It's like you need more shooting practice because you're striking the ball incorrectly.
Yeah, right.
You're striking it incorrectly in the wrong areas of the pitch.
Right.
So Enzo, the interesting thing is like he's created more chances in open play. He's got 24 open play chances and the most passes breaking defensive lines we talked about earlier with 17 than any Chelsea player on our team.
Okay. Wow.
I know, which is crazy because
it's like I'm not seeing it, but the
feels like when he's off, he's off. But when he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
And I think he did help control the game when he came on in Newcastle. So I think we've got to manage him better so we can get the best out of him. Yeah,
I do too. I do think his style of play and the type of player he is, just that Argentinian fire in him. I would like to see him again. Totally agree with you on kind of getting him some rest and like taking a step back and kind of tactically it did kind of make sense. Malo Gusto had been playing well, put him in the right back. Reece is going to do his thing in the middle, so we give Enzo some rest. But against away at St. James Park, again,
ideally we would want, as we were talking about last week, we would want all of our best players.
We want all of our best players starting in these games. And that's important for tomorrow's game against Villa. Like, we need to be all of our best players in all of their best positions.
Yeah. Okay. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. Again, if you want to participate, we got some survey questions coming up. We want everybody to join in. Check these instructions down below to join. And we're going to start with our topics, which the first one, we got some players coming back finally. Esteval and Liam finally back. Esteval's really the finally. I like Liam Delap being back for me right now is just kind of like
right. He's got so much catching up.
He's got so much to do. He's got so much to do, and it's gonna have to like little by little stage up. So
and
hopefully he gets 20 minutes.
Yeah, I highly doubt he's starting.
No, absolutely
tomorrow.
Absolutely not. Especially
hopefully he does get those 20 minutes in because like we haven't seen anything from you this season. I mean, anything.
It's crazy. But Esteval on the other hand, again, I don't know the extent of that injury and if it's going to need some time to get back or if he's kind of back, swashing his feet.
He was really only out the one game and then Maresca just didn't play him the game before.
That exactly. So I think he was just doing what Maresca does and kind of easing these players back in. Yeah, I'm excited to see Estevan.
Yeah, I'm hoping he comes on, and I'm hoping Maresca can recognize when we'll need that little moment of brilliance.
Yeah, I agree. So already you're kind of in your head. You're like, even though they're back, we want them both to kind of come off the bench as subs, particularly Esteval. Maybe we can bring him in the 65th, 70th.
Yeah, now that I've been seeing enough games of Garnacho starting and Neto starting, I feel like I have a better understanding of when they would be needed and against which oppositions.
Yeah.
And quick note on Villa. I mean, they've won their last 10 games.
10 games in a row.
They're on a 10-game win streak.
They're on fire.
And if we lose, we'll have a 10-point gap between them. Mind you, we're in fourth, they're in third. Yeah. If we win, only a 4-point gap. But I mean,
this is a huge game.
This is a huge game.
And again, we have a string of big games coming up, but this is a huge one. And I'm just hoping Morgan Rogers and them boys ate too much Christmas turkey. There's, like something.
He's a problem.
He's a problem.
He's scoring from everywhere. I saw his touch map, and it just showed like you've got the box and you've got everything around the box. He's shooting everything around the box and in the box. Yeah, he's a problem for sure.
It doesn't matter where it is. It's like, and that's the difference between being in form, right? And like, it's like, it doesn't matter how fast you're playing or whatever. You see your angle to goal and you play it versus Garnacho, who's just kind of forcing it. And we need some of that. So
Agreed.
Egregious Munn said 6-pointer, which is facts. Like we need to take 3 points from Villa and add 3 points on ours. Like this is a must win. And we have the team to do it. We can beat Villa. Like this is not a impossible feat.
We've had a whole week rest, so we should be seeing we've had a whole week rest without any games so we should be able to play our best players.
We should be able to play. We're seeing kind of some team bonding, some of that Christmas stuff that they were doing in the chat.
I love those videos.
I mean, the holidays are the best times to just kind of like see the teams get together. They're going out on their charity runs and all that stuff. And honestly, that brings us to that next topic, which is kind of like, all right, we're at our midterm. We're at our mid-semester report card. And you put this graphic up. I hope folks can see it. And if they can't, don't worry. I'll read it off for you. But this is essentially the Premier League table in 2024 last year versus this year.
Wow.
Last year, this was Cole Palmer had already scored 14 goals, I believe.
Which is crazy because he had those 4 goals in that one game.
Yeah, he went crazy. What was that? Tottenham? I can't remember who that was.
It was Brighton.
Brighton, yes. Yeah. Cole had been going dummy. So we had 35 points after 17 games played. We were 4 off from the leaders, Liverpool, at 39 points. Right now, we're at 29 points with 17 games played. 10 off from the league leaders, same points. Arsenal at 39 points. How would you grade us? Like straight up.
This is B minus.
D minus, yeah.
No, B minus.
Okay, B minus. Okay.
B minus for sure. I mean,
I'm thinking lower than that. I'm thinking C minus, to be honest. I thought D might have been a little harsh, and D minus, I was like, whoa. But...
The thing is, I'm only saying B minus because we're in 4th somehow.
Yeah, we're top 4 somehow. But that's kind of the miracle of.
Yeah, I just think, well, if we're comparing it to last year, we were actually, I mean, that's incredible. 35 points. And that was in a position where, again, Maresca was just downplaying it. Like, no, we're not ready.
We're not in the title race, right?
And right now, no, I don't think this is acceptable. Too many points dropped.
Yeah.
But to be in 4th still is like.
Yeah, I think the problem we knew we were going to have last year was consistency.
Yeah.
And we kind of didn't show it. Yeah, we surprised ourselves at least the first half of the season, and then it was like, all right, next half of the season, and then we dropped off. Cole got hurt, all that stuff. Or no, Cole didn't get it. Well, Cole got hurt, but also he had his drought.
Yeah, right? we did have injuries too, but again, I really do attest. Oh, I can't blame the manager on everything, but I attest to a lot of these points being dropped because of poor substitutions.
I don't.
It's not fair to put it all on Maresca. It's not fair at all. But when I'm thinking of some of these error games. It's not necessarily about last year we were scoring more goals, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Yeah.
Definitely.
Last year we were scoring more goals. We had a 18 goal differential, and now we've got 12 differential. We were scoring more. We just haven't been, especially with what would appear to be an improvement offensively.
We were supposedly got 2 striker upgrades.
Yeah.
Which that didn't really happen. And then we've got wingers, that kind of like for like, right? We, lost Jadon Sancho, gained Garnacho, got Esteval, and which has been great in the Champions League. We weren't in the Champions League last year, right?
Yeah.
So we've been able to show in certain competitions, but
so it's like maybe you could argue, oh, Chelsea's in the Champions League this year. Maybe that's had an effect on our form. But no, if I'm being honest, we've had some poor game management. Some players haven't showed up when we've needed it. But I think a lot of it has been some poor game management. I think Maresca's learning, which we can see in the games like Newcastle or things like that. Like, okay, all right, you're learning, but no.
But like, keep it simple. Like when we've said this on other shows, like keep it simple. Now what we're missing the most is consistency. Play our best and most consistent lineup. And then when they get tired, then we think about rotations.
Yeah.
But like all of this overthinking is just killing me.
Definitely.
Again, if you guys want to participate, I'm at minty.com. You just enter the code. What does the code say down there? 7939 3799. It'll look just like this, and you can tap in right here with us. It says, who needs to step their game up, y'all? And we're seeing Garnacho's coming in. Like Enzo is Enzo. He is who he is. I do think he needs to step his game up, but no more than Gusto, Chalobah. I think it's Garnacho too.
Chalobah again has been just here.
He's
I'll take across that the board based on what we have. I'm not trying to see Tosin on the field, that's for sure. That's positive.
Keep Tosin and Benoit, just keep them back there.
Chalobah's been fine.
Chalobah's fine.
He's been fine.
Crazy to think about that we got rid of him last year. You know what I mean? Like crazy to think about that we had to bring him back, and then he became.
The thing is, Levi's hurt, so
But crazy to think about all the center backs we had. We had Dizazi and Badiashile and Tosin, and then we bring Chalobah back, and he's our best and most consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get some of these guys off our books, but But to your point, it's and I'm glad you're on the page with me because he's your boy, and again he's dynamic. I'm not over him, but I need him to do more. That's it.
Dynamic without that clinical aspect is very similar to Jeremy Doku before this season.
Yeah, that's true.
Where it's like, true. Oh, whoa.
I don't know. I got to be honest. Jeremy Doku, again, without the finish, like the last seasons of Jeremy Doku, was still dynamic enough that it like put me on edge. Like, I don't know if Garnacho's doing quite enough of that yet.
He tripped over his scissors that last game. That's when I was like, yo, I was like, Garnacho,
calm them feet down, bruh.
I know. I was like, don't embarrass me right now. Don't embarrass me.
Do not have me go to starter bench and have Matt talking shit.
Right. Don't embarrass me right now. Don't ever. But honestly, low key, like that be happening on the scissors. Like, when it gets stuck right.
Sometimes you just get a little happy and you get tripped out. I do too.
Sometimes it just like gets a little stuck to that foot.
But you know what? I think you and me both are bigger than Garnacho is, so he has no excuse. Like, my legs doing a scissors at this height.
You guys are closer to the ground for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all
got long legs. I'm tall.
You don't do it. Yeah, exactly. So let's keep it moving. Next
excuses to trip over your step overs when you're close to the ground.
Right. And what's that that meme? I'm gonna skip this because we already know Villa tomorrow. That meme is like, you drive a Mercedes or better. You live in a penthouse, you have all the models you want and you're making millions and you can't shoot the ball. It's like, bro, do a step over. Pick our center backs. All right. We had, Fofana and Chalobah do their thing. I don't want to see Badiashile or Tosin ever touch a starting lineup, at least for this season, unless it's absolutely necessary. Right. Which also brings me to, what are we doing with Josh? Are we just going to, hold strong and hope that he can recover for one of the, Fofana is still very injury prone.
Yeah, Josh, realistically, we're not now that we're about halfway through the season and we're seeing Maresca's flow, we're seeing we're finally getting a little bit of chemistry defensively.
Yeah. Don't ruin it.
I think Maresca's smart enough right now to recognize, oh, I probably shouldn't tamper with the center backs. So we're probably only going to see Josh if an injury happens or in EFL Cup, things like that.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I don't even know about Champions. No, not Champions League. I think right now we want to like save our, like hopefully save ourselves in the Champions League.
We do.
Oh, this is such a good picture of Reese with that
little Christmas Reese. This is the Reese I know. Every time I look at Reese, I just see that little side smile. I hear that little.
He still looks like a little kid.
Yeah, I hear that little soft David Beckham voice that Reese has.
Yes, it's so sweet. It's so
mate,
sweet.
I'm just scoring bangers from you know 40 out, nothing big, mate. Yeah. So
I love that scarf. I'm gonna need that scarf.
Yeah, that is a fire scarf. We need that. I think that's on the Chelsea store, but we have to double check.
What a good question.
Yeah, like, do we want right back Reese or do we want center mid Reese? And again, they're both pretty spectacular and both probably some of the best players on the field. I think for us as a team, I need right back Reese. I need the Reese who's putting that tackle in on Harvey Barnes. I need the Reese who's back there backing up. Yeah, he's just good. I mean, like, regardless of what it is, he needs to be on the field. And here's another thing. We have reached now 6 months.
Okay.
Injury-free Reese.
There we go.
Full on, like.
Yeah, so Maresca's going to keep doing whatever they've been doing, which is what? If we have 3 games a week, then he's only playing 2.
Right.
So, like, they're seeing that this works, so we should expect, I don't know when our next Champions League game is, but we should have an understanding of, okay, he's not going to play.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good point, because in my head, at least, it feels as if he's been slowly ramping up to starting almost every game. Which
I feel like, but I don't think we should get too excited. And the thing is, if we've got everybody fit and we're doing decently, which we've got so much to catch up. That's the thing. When you fumble in those must-win games, then you don't have as much leverage to sub out your best player. So say we had capitalized on those. We talked about it last week, how we had been in positions 10 times to gain points, but we dropped points. Then it's like, yeah, we can put Gusto ahead of Reese just to give him that rest. But right now, it's going to be like we have to do that. Not because we have any leverage, but they're not going to risk Reese. And we don't want that. We don't.
Here's now an argument against my point, because, again, right back Reese is supreme for me. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if center midfield Reese is better for him health-wise. In the center of the park, you're not expected to just jump straight into these sprints and get up and down the wing like that. He's got a lot of muscular issues, hamstring, quad, those kind of things.
Yeah, that's a great take, because you are going to need more athleticism, especially with Maresca's style on the right. And Gusto, I do think Gusto is faster than Reece James. I think that's fair.
He's faster, and he's kind of like fitter is not the word. It's just kind of like he has more industry.
Yeah.
Reece is just smart enough. Like, he knows
he's the same as like Neto, as far as like they're like Duracell batteries. I can't it. Like little just bunnies.
Just pumping. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I think with Maresca's style, especially that he wants his right back inverted, I think fitness-wise, with Maresca's tactics, that just wouldn't really suit his fitness.
Yeah,
especially
I agree.
If we're trying to,
So, like if we had 3 games back-to-back and Reece was playing right back, that's scary, versus 3 games back-to-back, Reece plays midfield 2 out of those 3 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's going to be something to kind of measure and try to figure out, but again, we need Reece healthy and we need him on the field.
Yeah.
But that is an argument, because, again, I don't dislike him in the midfield. I just am a little, here's a guy, Gusto back defending scares me. And that, I agree. Like, that scares me as well. It's like, I can't trust him.
But I think with Maresca, so yes, you can definitely argue that right back is Reece James' best position. You can argue that.
Yeah.
But Maresca does not play a traditional right back system.
Right.
Even the modern game being a right back, you have permission to carry it up the field. But Maresca has this inverting style where
Right. He's not overlapping.
you see
He's
Palmer and Gusto next to each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just think with Maresca's style, yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. So we're tied on that. Whatever right back or center mid, Reece has got to be on the field. We just need you healthy and on the field. What do we have? We have pick 2 CDMs. So if you know, again, you can include Reece in this, but this is for tomorrow specifically. This is Aston Villa.
Yeah. I'm gonna want our best because Aston Villa looks like they looking for.
Yeah, I think we can bring Gusto off the field. Gusto got hurt multiple times,
and are you guys really hurt? How do you guys get up that quickly?
Yeah,
how do they do that? What is in these athletic trainers' bags? Because you'll see a crazy tackle. The athletic trainers, they'll huddle, and then they get up and it's like, yo.
Yeah.
Some of these tackles would take me out. So I'm just like, what do they have in their bag?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Enzo, again, it's just man, why is Enzo so frustrating? He's one of the senior players on our team, which also is kind of frustrating, right? When
he's frustrating. The reason why Enzo is frustrating is because we will never be able to erase his price tag. That's part of it. No, meaning within your mind.
You made the super flu catch up with that one. That's crazy. I said you made the super flu pop back up with that one. You're right.
Oh, sorry about that.
That whole those M's just flew across my face. You're right.
But there's a bias. There's a bias when thinking of Enzo Fernandez, and it's his price tag.
Yeah.
That price tag was removed, and he was a $60 million player. We wouldn't be talking much. We would be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're expecting a little bit more than what you should be doing. And I don't know if he's necessarily exceeding what he should be doing. And I think that's why fans can be like, oh, but I think it's just this bias that comes with his price tag, because I mean, we read the stats. He creates most of our opportunities.
He does his thing. And you know what I will say too? I saw this on social media, and it I viscerally felt it. It was Enzo talking shit to Noni Madueke when they tackled him, and then it was Enzo doing something against Villa, and it was like Enzo is proper Chels, and
he's for sure Chels.
And so about him I do like. And so a game like Villa, he will be up for sure.
He for sure will be up for it. I think again with his price tag, we were probably expecting one. I do think he's a little bit slower. And again, if you're going to be that price tag, I think you should be a bit more explosive, this and that. But I think, you know what I really think it is? I think it's a lack of appreciation for doing the basics very, very well.
That is true.
Yeah,
that's true. Like we
want the spectacular naturally as fans.
We want spectacular, especially from 150 million pound people.
That's our expectation. But what if managers and owners, when recruiting, are maybe just looking for that just that consistency? And I think
that money that we paid is the World Cup tax. That's what that was. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I do think, to your point, when we think about Garnacho, and he's exciting and he's dynamic and he's shooting the ball, he has zero touch. I've seen Enzo give the ball away millions of times, but most of the time when I see Enzo moving the ball, you can expect that if he gives the ball away, it's kind of on some. It's actually better. I was going to compare him to Bruno Fernandes, but it's better than Bruno. He's not just mishitting the ball. He's trying to get it. You can see what he's trying to do.
You can see what he's trying to do. And I think Enzo definitely gets way more scrutiny than Palmer does when he turns over the ball.
Absolutely.
No one's talking about when Palmer tries to do 10 megs in a single game and only
Absolutely.
one of them works, and it's
Right.
a turnover.
Or one thing I was seeing in the Newcastle game, and again, this is just Palmer because I guess his brain moves faster, is the ball will get to him and he knows he has somebody on him, and he'll play it right back, but he'll play it back to pressure. So it's like, it's almost like Palmer expects that everybody has the same touch and quickness that he does.
Right.
So like if Palmer was on Barcelona, he would play it 1-2-1-2 and then they're out.
Right.
But he's playing it with Trevor Chalobah, and and now we've lost the ball and we're turned over. You know what I mean? So, and Enzo, kind of to this point, Enzo recognizes that, and Enzo will actually put his body in the way and at least get a foul or something like that. It's just those like little things. There's no question to me that Enzo is a good and even great player. It's always been, does he fit in this team with this lineup? And it's like, we're going to have to continue. The jury will still be out. We'll have to continue to see. But yeah, agreed. Like against Aston Villa tomorrow, I want Reece James at right back, which means I want Enzo Fernandez and Moya Caicedo. Andre Santos is just not quite there yet. I still want to see him. Like, if we're doing well, he can definitely come on, and give some Enzo or Moya some reprieve. But
I'm excited to see a good game too.
Should say that again? I
said I'm excited to see a good game too. Again,
I think it will be a good game.
We seem to come out for these top teams, so let's see it.
This is attacking midfielder, which again I think is Enzo's best position in this team. But obviously we've got the best player.
Yeah, and the thing is he's got some catching up to do. So we've just got to we have to put him in.
Yeah, we definitely do. And I think he's slowly getting back to form. There was another, again, everything I'm referencing, like I have the Newcastle game actually on right now again, but there was a point very early in the game where Cole Palmer got it on the top of the box and he almost chipped the keeper. He almost chipped Ramsdale. It was just like, man, like this has always been there and will always be there. So like, it's just that touch, just get that form back. So I'm actually expecting Cole to have a welcome back type of game.
Like we saw him and his buddy going against Morgan Rogers. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and Morgan, it's like this is also. I would not be surprised if Thomas Tuchel is there because this is for World Cup slots too. Like we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Morgan Rogers is now like it's like Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Bellingham, and Morgan Rogers. Like we're gonna have to put somebody on the field. What are we gonna do?
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Enzo will shine in La Liga, says Egregious Monk. Which man.
Yeah, which I would agree.
But people,
I don't think
people want to play in the Prem, man, and people want to play for Chelsea. Like this
I don't think we want to sell him. We don't.
No, we definitely don't.
It's not at that point. We're trying to build. We're trying to build at this point.
We want to build. So left wing. Given all that Garnacho talk and everything that we've been saying, we've got Esteval.
One more game, Garnacho.
You get one more game. I'm with you. One more game. Let's get our strongest.
Show me you're clinical.
Yes, or at least show me that your industry can be measured in some kind of positive way, right? Like even if you can't be that clinical, I need you to go back and make some tackles. I need you. He actually did in that Newcastle game as well.
He's creating chances.
Yeah,
so I think.
Yeah.
The thing, yeah. He's creating chances, and
I'm with you. You get one more game.
Yeah.
We have what? Bournemouth after that, and then City after that. Like
because he created chances in the last game as well, but it was like poor finishing. Then against Cardiff had better finishing. So the thing is, for you to be reliable in any sort of way, we need these we
need consistency.
Yeah.
Even if you have to, do the Chalobah and be consistently mid. You know what I mean? We need
consistently mid.
That was kind of Jadon Sancho. He was like consistently mid. Like he would do his step overs, and it was like, oh, this is cool.
Consistently mid. Oh my. Yeah.
That's not Chels. That's not proper Chels. No. And this should be the easiest question of the day, to be honest, especially after his performance. Well, especially after his goal.
Yeah, more of that, João Pedro. That was fantastic.
Was that not shades of Club World Cup João Pedro?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like that's exactly what that was, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen that same thing. Yeah.
I don't really want to I like seeing you hold up the ball, but I don't really want to see you on the ball. I want to see you do these kind of explosive things, The
composure on the finish showed me. Yeah. It was the composure on the finish where I'm like, Oh, okay. Are we gonna see more of this?
Right.
Yeah.
Is this what we're getting?
Yeah.
All right. Well, predictions. We need it. Score predictions. I should have put it in, but
we don't we can't afford this, but this is just gonna be a little slump. Just like how Ruben Amaran is so honest. He's like, we're gonna suffer right now. 2-2. I think it's gonna be the same as Newcastle.
We can't afford that. I can't do that.
You can't. I don't want it.
I'm hopeful that we can somehow, I don't know, and this is maybe a stat that I'm going to have you look up for me for the next show, how many times we've retained a clean sheet after getting scored on or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because my first instinct when we were down at Newcastle was, I was like, oh, we don't usually come back from.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't usually come back, but I wanted to like look up like the stats and how accurate that is. Like, is this how I feel, or is this like actually like what happens? Yeah, I thought that game was done.
That was crazy.
I was mad. It's
especially like
3 a.m.
And we both big up Waltemata at the beginning of the year, and then he kind of like faded. But those were top goals. The funny thing is, though, that he should have had a hat trick easily. He actually could have had 4.
No, I know.
But he should have had a hat trick.
Well, amen.
So,
amen that he did.
Bless the FIFA gods.
It looks great.
Well, before we get out of here, I at least want to shout out some of the folks popping in. We got Street Art that we haven't seen before. Hello from Poland. Hello. Our Polish people. He says, Sia Lala. Egregious Monk says 3-1 Chelsea. Hey, appreciate you popping in. One of our regulars was here earlier. I hope he's still here. If not, good to see you. It was the homie Joshi. Good to see him, as well as Chartitz, who was out for his granddad's birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Granddad.
Granddad.
Yeah, always.
Big up, Granddad.
Big up, Granddad. It's the season. Hopefully you guys are home with your family, getting good food. Again, if you're sick, I feel you. Believe me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get some liquids in you and just sweat it out.
It's no joke.
This thing is no joke. But what will make me feel extremely better is a win against Villa tomorrow. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Come on, you Blues. All right, Lex. We're gonna make it happen tomorrow. Yes. I think my prediction is actually gonna be 2-0.
Oh.
2-0 to your 2-2. I hope our defense is ready for this. I hope Reece James is ready for this. We're gonna see. Yeah. That's us. We're the blue ballers, always giving you what's new and what's blue. We love it. We will see you
guys
next Friday. Fridays at 11.
Yes.
We are out. Peace,
Bye,
guys.